Greater Memphis Media. TSD TV, Tri-State Defender.
You understand how important it is. You know, I watch a lot of stuff on Deion Sanders, and he's so motivating.
A complete and total failure of leadership from the federal government.
If anyone asks how it's going in the black community, you tell them we're rising.
Greater Memphis Media and TSD TV presents to you the Brian Clay Chronicles.
And we do have a Sugarman on the Brian Clay Chronicles. Usually this would be time for From the Bench with Judge Tarek Sugarman, but we have his sister today, Miss Erika Sugarman. How are you doing?
Thank you so much for having me.
Oh, it's an absolute pleasure. We go back many, many years.
Yes.
I'm going to ask very quickly about Greg.
Okay.
One of my favorites. Greg Sugarman is Erika's son.
Mm-hmm. Yes. In fact, you were his coach, or?
I was Greg's pre-K teacher.
Okay.
When he was in the summer program at Lemoyne.
Right.
Back in like '89.
Many years ago.
Many moons. Many moons.
He's doing well. In fact, he's a young entrepreneur.
Great.
He's into recycling.
Okay.
He has a 5th child on the way.
Wow.
And I'm very proud of him.
I'm still working on one. and he's got 5. Erika is, and if you know the last name Sugarman, not only from Tarek, she is the daughter of the late, great Russell Sugarman, yes, and your mother, who I just adored, one of my professors at Lemoyne Owen, Miss Willis. Tell us, why are you running for county commission?
Well, it's a natural progression. 2 years ago, I ran for city council. Mm-hmm. It was the first time that I ran for office. And I was motivated by my students because when you're teaching, this classroom is a microcosm of what's going on in our society. And they were impacted by all these policies in a negative way. And I kept waiting for somebody to run for office to make a difference. And so many times they get into office and either they didn't know what they were doing, they didn't know the institutional dynamics, they had their own agenda, used it for a springboard. So. As an educator, you know, I try to lead by example. And so I kept encouraging my students to run for office. They'd be like, you run for office. So my mom, you know, and she's, you know, instilled in us the importance of activism and speaking out and social justice. So I decided I'm gonna run for office. Now, having said that, it was a at-large position. I was running against a very wealthy millionaire. He outspent me like 5 to 1.
But you did very well in that campaign.
Yes, not because just me, it was a grassroots effort. We did very well. And we came very close to winning by less than 500 votes or 1%. We received over 22,800 votes. And so after I lost, you know, I was talking to my mom. I said, well, you know, I tried, I didn't win. And she was like, Erika, I taught you better than that. You're just beginning. You got 22,800 people that believe in you, and they believe that you're gonna make a difference. You're just starting your journey.
You're very passionate. Tell us, what would it look like for Erika Sugarman on the county commission?
Well, I've been given my charge by the community. They want me to look at the policies, and they want me to analyze the policies, discuss the policies, and interrupt the policies. So many of our policies want to contain and control people of color, working class people, marginalized people, and those are the things that I'm going to be analyzing. We have a checklist that we're going to go by. Not only the policies, but also we want to look at the state, because the state has their knee on our neck as far as the policies go. We have what's called local rights. We need to fight for local rights.
You think that's happening now?
Not enough. Not enough. So many times people don't know how to fight. They haven't built a coalition. There's a lot of things that goes on behind the work. It just won't be me. It'll be a coalition.
Right.
I have been involved on the ground level, working with elected officials, working with nonprofits, working with educators, and so for a long, long time. So this is nothing I just started to do. We represent people across not only the county, but the state. And so we've been working with people across the state. Now, having said that, for example, in Mason, Tennessee, what's going on?
Right.
So many times when you see black and brown people being elevated, then what happens? The state comes down and takes control. So we have to advocate, to demand that we have local rights. And that begins with funding, because Shelby County sends more taxpayers' dollars to the state than any other county. But it's not commensurate with what we get in return. So it's time that we stand up and say, we want our fair share so that we can put back into our communities, so that we can fight crime, so we can uplift our communities, so we can fix our infrastructure, so we can fully fund our schools. And so it's going to take money.
Right.
And that's where the money comes. We just want back what's due to us.
Right.
Whether you're planning for a comfortable retirement, preparing for her big day, or saving for graduation day.
I know it's a lot, but what do you think?
We can help with that.
Preserver Partners, preparing for your future today.
Family. Security. Happiness. They had it all. A good life. Then, one day, the unexpected happened. And just like that, everything changed. Things spiraled downhill quickly. Suddenly, their lives were falling apart. They were facing the unknown. I'm attorney Ursula Woods. Call us at the bankruptcy law firm before it's too late. We can help you get back on track and give you the second chance that you deserve.
Economic development is a issue that's very serious in the African American community. How do you plan on dispersing funds in inner cities that have that are considered less than? Can we rebuild these communities?
Of course. Let's start, for example, with small businesses, Black-owned businesses. They've been hit hard through COVID.
Right.
I've spoken to many young entrepreneurs, not only my son, but several others, and they're saying that, you know what, when the CARES Act came out, it wasn't us, Black and brown people, that received the lion's share. It was those who had already established a relationship with bankers, people that, you know, weren't hit as hard. And so what we've got to do is level the playing field. And so that's how that means to look at how contracts are issued, the whole process, and change the process. And that's the way we start. Now, having said that, we have to go into the communities and work with the people. Because so many times I hear them saying, change and development is happening to us, not with us. That's the wrong approach.
Right. Tell Memphis why we should elect Erika Sugarman to the Shelby County Commission.
Well, you all name me the crusader for a reason. I've been fighting for the people all of my life. I will continue to fight for the people again once I'm at the seat. One of my mentors, Ruby Warden, said, Erika, you have never changed. She's known me basically all of my life. She said, you never change. And when I'm elected, no, I'm not going to change. In fact, I want you to call me, 901-292-7968. because I want you to be uplifted, but also want to hear from you, your concerns, your issues, and hold me accountable.
Ms. Sugarman, is it okay if we take a quick break,
Yes.
pay a few bills, and we're going to come back and we're going to talk about early voting and when to vote?
Thank you.
Is that good?
Oh, yes.
We have Erika Sugarman running for Shelby County Commissioner, and we'll be right back right after this. Pow.
The day our son was diagnosed with cancer, we didn't know what to do.
You know, you have the really nice people and you have a really nice place, but then you have that one big struggle that you're going through. So.
The question we're always wondering about is, what if it comes back, or what if she has complications from her therapy as she gets older?
Should we really be considering this clinical trial? Is it really going to help him?
When the doctor was telling me I had cancer, I didn't know how to act in front of my mom. I didn't know how to handle this news.
When it comes to pediatric cancer, there are always more questions than answers. We can face pediatric cancer together.
Hi, Jim Downey. Hi, good to meet you. Hi, Jim. So Savannah, how old are you again?
I'm 6.
6 years old. So
I
first,
have a wiggly tooth.
As a parent who has just been given the news that your child has cancer, we see the Together site as an important tool that will help you through the journey that you face. When you go home with that diagnosis of cancer, then you're facing the decisions that are going to alter your child's life and your life. Why can't there be a site, an authoritative site that gives you everything you need to make the right decisions?
From diagnosis to finishing treatment to the next steps to long-term follow-up, information for you, information for you, information for you.
Your questions go beyond treatments and trials. Together, we'll offer resources and support for your day-to-day life.
As the father of a pediatric cancer patient, I know that when you or someone you love is facing cancer, you find strength in information and hope. That's what this website, this resource, this community called Together is all about.
Ms. Sugarman, right before we went to a break, we were discussing why you want to run, but the important thing is to discuss when can people vote.
Yes, thank you so much for asking that question. Early voting ends to Thursday. There's a low turnout, so that means that any of the county commissioners can win by 1 or 2 votes. And what people do not realize, Brian, is the fact that 9 county commission positions will be determined on May 3rd.
Really?
They won't be a general because they don't have anybody from the opposing party running against them.
Okay.
And that's so important.
So in your case, this will be it, right?
This will be it. And not only that, I'm claiming it. When I win this seat, I'll be the first female black to hold this position. First black female.
Again, can you tell Memphis why we should vote for you, Shelby County Commissioner?
Yes, because I will fight for working class, marginalized, minoritized people of our community, and we need to rise up together.
Where can they vote?
Okay, right now there are many locations around the county. Having said that, it's going to change because on election day, your district has been redistricted, and so you need to call 222-1200 if you're not sure where your new voting site is located.
Give that number one more time.
It's 901-222-1200.
Will you come back to the Brian Clay Chronicles?
Thank you so much.
We have had Miss Erika Sugarman, Shelby County Commissioner candidate. What district?
District 12.
District 12.
Thank you.
And next we have Mr. Van Turner, County Commissioner, NAACP President, and just all around nice guy. We'll be right back after this. Bye-bye.